You're with the Shadow. We've got a letter here from a listener in New Jersey who wants to know, who's the oldest person to have a chart single? Well, coincidentally, that artist turns 95 years old this weekend, and he's even booked to perform on his 100th birthday. Details coming up.
The hits from coast to coast.
This is American Top 40. I'm Charlie Van Dyke, in for Casey Kasem. Now, listen to this.
I wish I was 18 again, going where I've never been.
That song is by the oldest entertainer ever to hit the chart. The record he set when he was 84 years old. That was in 1980. His song, I Wish I Was 18 Again, went to number 49 on Billboard's Hot 100, and it hit number 15 on the country chart. And if you don't recognize this man as a recording artist, maybe you know him as a movie star. He's the man who played God. George Burns. George and his wife, Gracie Allen, were one of the great comedy teams in showbiz history. As Burns and Allen, they spent 35 years as headliners on stage, screen, radio, and television, capitalizing on George's dry humor and Gracie's scatterbrained logic. In 1964, Gracie Allen died. And in 1977, George's career took a new upswing in the title role of the movie, Oh God, playing the role wearing a baseball cap and smoking a cigar. Audiences loved it. This year, George Burns turned 90, and he may still be wishing he was 18 again, but his fans love him just the way he is. And there you have it, the entertainer who first hit the chart when he was 84 years old, just 6 years ago. George Burns, a showbiz legend at 90. And the countdown continues on American Top 40.
American Top 40.
You're tuned to American Top 40. I'm Shadoe Stevens. And here's that question about senior chart citizens. A listener named Sophie Kowalik in Maplewood, New Jersey, wrote and asked, who is the oldest person to have a pop chart single? Sophie, it's the man who's been in show business for about 80 years. You heard right, 80 years. He started in vaudeville when he was 14 in the year 1910. And for about 40 years, he and his wife, Gracie Allen, were a popular comedy team on stage, on radio, and then on their own television show. But nowadays, he's probably best known as God, from the movies Oh God. Well, 11 years ago this week, at the age of 84, he had this song debut on the Hot 100.
Going where I've never been.
From 11 years ago this week, that's I Wish I Was 18 Again, and it made the then 84-year-old George Burns the oldest person ever to have a chart single. And this weekend, George Burns turns 95. Happy birthday, George. Amazingly enough, George is actually booked to perform at the London Palladium on his 100th birthday. Retirement? And George says, forget it. Thanks for the letter, Sophie.
It's from coast to coast.